Hi, this is Kinyofu, and I have a question for you. How are you? Really? I'm asking you. So, most times when we're asked that, we respond with, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm okay, I'm hanging in there. Well, when we get asked that question, most times the person asking it really doesn't want to know the real story, but sometimes they do. Today I do. So, how are you? Really? Your answer, or your before you can answer, you really want to know what is what are you really feeling. You have to check in with yourself. And basic feelings: happy, sad, angry, afraid, ashamed. There's a whole wide range of things that we could feel. Let's just say if we're happy, we could feel anywhere from elated to pleased. If we're sad, we could feel anywhere from depressed to disappointed. If we're angry, we could feel furious all the way to touchy. If we're afraid, we could feel terrified or anxious. And if we're ashamed, we could feel anywhere from remorseful to embarrassed. Whatever it is you're feeling, that's what you're feeling. And that's okay. It's great that you know what it is you're feeling. Lots of times we don't know what we're feeling. Some of us, we stuff our feelings down. We've been taught, oh, you can't, you don't have time to have these feelings. We're, strong women. We got to keep going. Well, the thing with the feelings is that, yes, they will slow you down. However, they're really not going anywhere. So if you have a tendency to feel angry all the time or sad all the time, but you stuff it and you play it off, you're still angry and you're still sad. And that's creating your life. So anger begets more anger. Sadness begets more sadness. So what you want to do is to acknowledge how you're feeling, but not to sit in it, not to live with it, to release it and to move on, but to move into the space where you are truly in a better place. So we want to feel good. Basically, all of us want to feel good, and those sad, angry, afraid, ashamed feelings not are not helping us to feel good. All the happy feelings, all the whole range, that's where we want to be. And if you are upset, again, acknowledge it to yourself and decide that you're going to feel happy. How? How are you going to do that? You're going to look at something that makes you happy. You're going to think about something that makes you happy. And in that split second, change your mind and experience that thing that you know has made you happy in the past or can make you happy right now. That thing that made you angry, leave it alone. Okay? You don't need to dwell on that because that's not going to help you. And what's important here is that if you keep dwelling in that thing that doesn't make you feel good, you will not feel good. You will only feel worse. And that's not creating the energy that you want. Now, let me tell you a story. So maybe you can see where I'm going with this. A couple of years ago, I was telling a story to some sister friends of mine, and I was telling a story that of something that happened to me 6 months before. So it fit into the conversation, and I went on for about 10 minutes explaining all the details, the people involved, how I felt, what I was doing, what made me decide to do what I did or what I didn't do. I had all the details. On top of that, I had all the emotions. So they weren't happy emotions. They were excited, upset. They were, can you believe it? It was all that deep, deep emotion. Now, this is a story in general. I had met this guy who wound up being a stalker. Not the stalker that you need to be afraid of, okay? But it was a person who called and I didn't want them to call. I told them not to, and they kept calling and they kept calling and they kept calling. Well, now it's been 6 months later and he hadn't called, which was a great thing. And I had forgotten about his story. until I started to retell the story to my friends. Do you know? He called me right in the middle of my conversation, hadn't finished the story, and here he is calling me. No, I didn't answer the phone. But just the idea that I drummed up all this energy and created him in my life again was not what I wanted. What I realized is that I attracted that energy. I attracted him to call me through the law of attraction. And whether we know it or not, we are always creating something. When you are in a happy space, you're creating more happiness. When you're in any of the other spaces, you're creating more of that. And in that moment, I got that. So, what I want for you is to create what you want intentionally and not to go ahead and do something, say something, feel a way that's going to make you feel a way. All right? So, think about what you're thinking. Think about what you're feeling, how you're feeling. Make that change. Change your energy. Energy is everything, it is contagious. What it is you're feeling, you will feel more of. What is you're feeling, whoever you're around will feel the same thing, and vice versa. Watch who you are around, watch what they are thinking, watch what they are feeling. Do not get involved and know what you're feeling. Honor your feeling. So, how are you feeling? Really?